Hey, how y'all doing out there? Y'all gonna have to excuse me from grinning like a Cheshire cat. Every time I think I've seen it all, I see something else, just as stupid or just as dumb or worse. Some things I can't believe even get any worse than they can get. And one is earlier today, I saw something about, I just saw a little headline floating around about that Donald Trump's going to be serving Big Macs and Mcnuggets to the Clemson Tigers, who, if you don't know, just won the national championship in college football, and it's a big deal in America. And I don't know, sometimes they're looked at as heroes. Maybe it gives bragging rights for a year in college football, and that's all any fan can ask for. But a lot of times, like when anybody wins a big sporting event, they get invited to the White House, and well, since Donald Trump's been president, there's been a few refusals, and hell, I can see why now. But sure enough, a little bit later about the Clemson Tigers and all these young men dressed up, man, they just defeated the probably what's going to wind up being the best coach in this sports history. Hard game to win. They won it big, won it proud, and they all dressed up with no place to go better than the White House. And they get in there, and on the silver serving set, sure enough, stacks of Big Macs and chicken McNuggets. And my first thought was wow. I mean, is that why gas is so cheap right now? Is that because they cheaped out on Clemson's victory meal at the White House, or what? And then I got to thinking, well, man, why would he do that? What's the connection? It's the Clemson Tigers, not the Clemson McNuggets. It's not the Mac Tigers. It's the Clemson Tigers. So I like there ain't no connection with McDonald's and Clemson. And then well maybe it's the men. It's young men. It's not a high school team there, Donald Trump. And maybe like wow, maybe they just got it mixed up and thinking that these ain't men in their early 20s, college educated men getting a college education and very athletic and healthy men, by the way, and you're feeding them junk food. I mean, literally the kind of food that can sit there for 40 years and not change. And you're giving it to these young men for winning a national championship, all dressed up, nowhere to go, and look what you do there now. But it somehow I can't put two and two together on this one except but to laugh. But I'm going to throw this thought out there. Is this some? I mean, what I see, I'm going to tell you what I saw because y'all know I don't care for this man, and I don't care for that kind of food. What I see basically is two orange-haired clowns that ain't no good for America serving up their junk to we the people, and that's not funny, but in this whole situation is laughable. They're sitting there giving unhealthy food to healthy young men that are idolized by other young men that look at them that think maybe, hey, maybe I can get to college, maybe I can get to pro football, or maybe I can just play the sport I love the hardest I can. And you're feeding them junk food for winning a national championship, for being the best that they could be. These young men are idolized whether you like it or not. That's just how it is. And many of them are good young men. And then I see the corporate takeover of our country that's been going on for the last 100 years easy. And I see him right there in the White House. Fast food corporations. He even got one in his administration running part of the food business, the guy from Hardee's. And it's just laughable that we replace a good dinner with fast food. And I've talked about this many times, how a restaurant even out in the street, even to us, has been replaced by a quick fast food, some junk, horse meat, something so preserved and so full of refined sugar, you might blow up just eating one of them. And they show it giving us to the healthiest, smartest young men, supposedly, in our country. And there they are, right there in the White House. So shame on America. Shame on all of us for even looking at this as funny. Shame on me. I'm laughing, but it's laughable. But the serious thing is a sellout president just put corporate food to the national champions of a beloved sport that defines health and strong mind and strong body, and feeding it junk right there in front of our kids, right there on national TV, like it's some kind of joke. Well, that's the unfunny part about it, y'all, and that's something I want you to think about. You know, giving McNuggets to young men that probably came from poor homes is a kind of a slap in the face too, by the way. A lot of those men from Clemson are from the South Carolina, from the deep South region anywhere where they're recruited from. A lot of them came from poor homes where they might have had to eat McNuggets or a 99-cent hamburger or something. So I look at that as a slap in the damn face as well by putting that kind of food out to so-called champions, the men that have done the best they can in what they do, no matter how you look at it, and to be greeted with fast food and just made a joke of. Completely against health, completely against what our country stands for, not having corporate owners in the White House, not having corporate masters in the White House, and the reflection and the legacy that we leave our children. What do we teach our children? What are we showing them with this right here? You can play football and eat that kind of food, or even that's acceptable at a dinner for when you do good, you get rewarded with McNuggets. Wow. I love y'all. I just want you to think about something, even when it seems funny, even when it seems ridiculous. There seems to be evil, ulterior motives everywhere, and we just got to see them and point them out for what they are. A lot of these things we can't do nothing about, but we can talk to each other about it. That's for sure. Clemson Tigers, I ain't taking away from your national championship. Congratulations. Um, hope you play in Florida for it next year. I'm a Gator fan and I watch the sport myself, but this is ridiculous how you just got treated in the White House. You're finer young men than that. You deserve better, and I hope you get better. Peace, man. I love all y'all. Look around at how crazy they got things going and how ridiculous this puppet show is, and change your ways. Walk away. Be you. Be free. And by all means, don't live in fear. And don't eat that crappy ass McDonald's unless you just got to.